Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. I'm with Colton today. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, how you doing this morning?
Good. So let's have a look at Nexo.
And we've done a couple videos on this already, but we just wanted to give you guys a little update on it because there has been some changes.
Yeah, and they always, there's always an evolution with everything that's going on the market. Now, the one thing to know is the U.S. has been making quite a few changes, and one of those big changes is the fact that they don't really want passive income for most U.S. citizens. So they have reached out to BlockFi, now Celsius. I know they're trying to push on Nexo. Now they have a harder time with Nexo because they're not really US based. They don't have they have some clients in the US, but not as much. So it's a little bit more difficult for the US to put pressure on Nexo. But Celsius just said, okay, that's it. No more interest rates, or interests on the accounts in the US. Now they did get a small thing in. They said, if you're not an accredited investor. What's an accredited investor? It's people making a certain amount of money and having already a certain amount of wealth, So usually we're talking about individuals that are making a few hundreds of thousands a year and having already a few millions in assets. So those are considered accredited investors, and those can still make money. The other thing that they were able to get is for people who have already a Celsius account and already have coins in that Celsius account, they're going to be grandfathered in. However, they will not be able to add more coins to the account to try to get more money. It is just the amount that they currently have. Now, this whole thing might just be temporary because who knows, maybe in the next 6 months or a year, there'll be clearer regulations in the US as far as what you can stake, what you cannot stake. Is it okay that they pay you, rewards, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens over the next few months. And once we have regulations, that's why sometimes regulation isn't always bad. But once we have some regulations, we might be able to get rewards back in the US. For all the other countries, Nexo, great platform that you can actually use to stake your coins. Now, I use them. Now, I don't live in the US, so I don't have that problem. But great platform to do some staking. Fairly easy to use, very user-friendly. I would say fairly safe. Nothing is ever bulletproof, but they're pretty safe. They have lots of mechanism to try to make sure that no one's going to steal your coins. And they have some pretty awesome rewards. Now, of course, like any other place, you can actually buy from there. You can buy on the platform. I don't really use them for that, I have to admit, but you can if you want. They allow you to buy, and they offer all those different coins. So they offer some of the bigger ones. If you are an XRP holder, that's one of the few that has XRP rewards, where you can actually stake your XRP there and earn some pretty nice amount of money. I'll get a little bit more into this in a little bit. So they say earn up to 17% on crypto. So here's a few things to know. First of all, you can be paid in Nexo coins, which gives you a little bonus. So let's say you are doing, you're doing Tether or USDC. That would give you, 12%. If you were doing it without earning in Nexo coin, you would get 10%. Now, personally, I prefer to earn in kind, in what I'm staking. Another thing that's pretty cool is they do even fiat money. So if you put US dollar, euro, British pound, 10%. Wow.
Wow.
I don't know a bank that would give me 10% interest on my bank account. So what do? Hell, I'm moving some of my cash actually there instead of my bank, because why would I, use a bank that gives me 0.1% a year when I can get 10% right here?
Yeah.
Now, you see that on all the other money, they give you percentages. I was talking about XRP, 6%. Now, here is a few tricks to know. First of all, there are a few different levels depending on if you are silver, gold, or platinum with Nexo. Ideally, you want to be platinum, of course, because they give you more percentage. And also, if you borrowed money from them, which you can borrow money very easy on the Nexo platform, when you borrow money, you borrow at a lower rate. Now, they're not as good as Celsius. That's the big difference between Celsius and Nexo. Nexo will loan you money at 1%. So on Celsius, you borrow at 1%. On Nexo, if you're platinum, you're borrowing at 6.9%. So you're going to say like, whoa, that's almost like 7 times more. Yes, but a big difference between Nexo and Celsius. When you borrow on Celsius, you're borrowing for 6 months minimum. You could be borrowing for longer if you want to, but 6 months is minimum. Nexo will let you borrow for 24 hours, a week, 2 weeks, whatever you want. It's totally flexible. It's you borrow whenever you want and you repay pretty much whenever you want. Very, very flexible. So of course, when flexibility comes, you have to pay a little bit extra for it. But the cool thing is if you like, I need the money for only, until the end of the month, because once at the end of the month, I have whatever, some money coming in and a paycheck, a bonus, whatever. The cool thing is you can say, I'm only going to borrow for about 2 weeks. So you borrow right now, and then 2 weeks from now, you are just repaying, and you only paid for that short period of time, the interests. So to me, that's the cool thing about Nexo, flexibility, but it comes at a price. Now, I can tell you that right now I have some XRP, and I have done some staking of XRP, and I'm getting 10% on my XRP. Why?
Wow.
Because 6% is roughly, what you would get as the platinum level, but it is flexible staking, meaning that at any time I can take my XRP and send them somewhere else. And there is no time period where it's going to be like decreasing, you have to wait, a 21 days unlocking period or something like this. There's no unlocking period. So it's like, if some of you people are familiar with Binance usually, it's like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and it's locked during that time. All those rates, they are based on flexibility. That's the other great thing about Nexo, flexibility. They are flexible. You can take the money out at any time. Now, how did I get 10% on XRP, paid in XRP, is I created what they call a fixed term contract. So I have taken some XRP, I have quite a few, so I've taken a certain number of XRP, not the majority or anything like that, and I said, let me get more money out of those. I made a fixed contract for 6 months, which gives you basically roughly about 5% bonus. And, so the rates always change depending on if you paid in kind, if you paid in Nexo, if you're doing this, if you're doing that. So roughly at the end, not roughly, but I'm getting actually exactly 10%. And that one locked, for 6 months. And 6 months from now, when it unlocks, it's going to give me all my coins back, of course. And then 10% of 6 months, which is roughly 5%. It's 6 months at 10%. So it's like getting 5% of the coins that I stake for only 6 months. So that's the great thing. The other thing that's great with Nexo, they added quite a few. Recently, they've added AVAX. They've added, the ape that's so popular these days. Luna was added not too long ago. So, and so now they have really some of the best ones, and now they have also Axie Infinity at 34%. That's another one, another nice one, that I like a lot. And they have, Matic at 14%, and they say can earn up to 16% on Polygon. Yeah, of course, if you get paid in the Nexo
Quick
coin.
question, Boris.
Yes.
When say you were to get paid in that extra 2% in Nexo, is there a way to switch it from Nexo to, how like in Pancake Swap you can swap out the coins? Can you do something like that here, or do you have to go to a different exchange to do that?
No, you can swap them, if you want. That's where you have exchange right here at the top.
Yeah.
But and you can do swap and you earn some cashbacks and all that kind of stuff. So they do swaps, and they have they have 300 pairs because of course the pairs to be available sometimes, some pairs are not available, meaning like you want to exchange Ethereum for Polygon and maybe the pair does not exist. So you cannot do it because they haven't built it in a way that you can exchange, But so far they have over 300 pairs. So and with 100 exotic markets pairs, that you struggle to find anywhere else. That's what they claim. I haven't tried everything on my side, but anyway, so yeah, you can do all that swapping. Yeah. But there's another cool thing is, and I know that if you have some Nexo coins, those Nexo coins that you gain because of the earning you got, they will also pay you 7% on Nexo coins. So I have some Nexo coins and themselves make 7%. So sometimes the other cool thing that you can do, which I would kind of recommend, at first you may get paid in Nexo, so you can get up to the level of Platinum. Platinum means you need to have at least 10% of your coins in your entire portfolio needs to be Nexo coins. And we're talking in terms of value. So if you have $10,000, you need at least $1,000 of Nexo coins to qualify as Platinum. But the cool thing is, once you have reached that level, you leave those Nexo coins, they'll get 7% accumulation, and in the meantime, you switch it back to earn in kind, and now you're earning some of those coins, in kind. The other cool thing to know is that the Nexo coin, right now it's actually a fairly stable coin, because when you look from its all-time high, which was back in May 12, 2001, it's down 44%. But as we know, because we've seen a lot of coins lately drop a lot, some coins are 75, 80, 90% down from their all-time high. So actually that one has not been doing too bad. And if you look over a period of, let's say, 14 days, it's lost 9%, but over 30 days, it's lost 1.5%. So it's actually not too bad. It's somewhat stable, I mean, like I said, this is the graphic over 90 days. 90 days ago, it was sitting at 234, and today it's sitting at 224. So barely has moved in 3 months, So it has some stability, which is good.
Now, a quick question, Boris. One thing that I read online is people rave about their card. Do you know anything about their card that they offer?
Yeah, they have the Nexo card, which is another cool thing about Nexo. Is allows you, to get some cash back basically whenever you spend money on that card. So it's 2% cash back earned in BTC or Nexo. They give you credit lines starting at 0% APR, no monthly minimum repayment, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, a lot of people are raving about those cards. Now, the cool thing about Nexo is that you're not necessarily spending, your coins. So if you have, let's say you have some Ethereum and some Polygon, you're not going to spend those coins. You're going to spend basically, allows you to borrow against those funds and therefore, spend money on kind of a loan, which you can repay later on because you can easily transfer. I've done it many times. I've transferred actual, let's say, USDT to the platform to repay a loan that I had made, So So yeah, and so they have lots of perks with the thing. The biggest one being the cashback,
Yeah.
that you win. Now, of course, like any credit card, don't go too crazy and then max it out. And then at some point, like, oh my God, I don't have the money to pay it back. You
Yeah.
gotta be smart about this a little bit. But it's actually, yes, a nice, cool feature that they have on the top of the exchange and the earning. So the earning is the other, the other big thing. And then last, like we said, the borrowing. Borrowing now, they supposedly offer as much as 0%. Now, the other thing is always going to be how much collateral are you going to put on the table, which is the other thing.
Yeah.
Now, they do not have the monthly repayments. You can repay. Basically, it accumulates. Now, be careful because you're compounding, in the wrong way. You're compounding interests, on your loan. So if you're not paying anything, they'll let you, especially if you have, of course, because you have, the coins to back it up. Because let's say you have $10,000 of coins and you borrow $1,000, they're like, hey, it's okay. Because that guy has the collateral to protect our loan. So we're not worried. But if you let, several months go by and you don't pay anything, you don't pay interest, you don't pay the principal, it's just going to grow and grow and grow, and over time it could cost you quite a bit of money. So don't borrow just for stupid stuff and be careful with borrowing money. Yeah. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you are over borrowing. Now they say that you can get 0 to 119. You have to become gold or platinum, and then you have to keep your LTV, which is basically your loan to value ratio below 20%. So if you're borrowing, let's say if you have a $10,000 account, you can borrow as much as $2,000 max. But if the market goes down, you're gonna have to either put more collateral or start reimbursing the loan. So be careful with that. So now they do offer that 0 to 1.9% APR, which is even better than the 6.9% I was talking about, but it's with a very low loan value. If you borrow something, and then they have calculators here, which is great. They let you do some different calculations. But if you do a more regular loan, which is usually 30 to 40% loan to value ratio, then in that case, they will, they will loan you at those 6.9% rate I was talking about. And if you are only silver, whatever, you might be paying as much as like 12%, So in that case, it starts becoming a little expensive. One thing to keep in mind as well, I think I've mentioned it before in other videos, whenever you borrow money, those coins, they don't make you any passive income anymore because they are used as collateral and they cannot be used to earn you money. So the loan costs you a little bit more than just, 6.9%. It's 6.9% on the borrow side, plus the fact that if, let's say, you were talking about one of those coins like, let's say, Avalanche, that's making you earn in kind 10%. So I'm paying 6.9% on one side, and now on the other, I'm losing also the 10% that I was making with the API. So be very careful with borrowing money. I think it's cool, for something important. If it's something important you have to do, and also if you're going to be able to reimburse that money rather fast. Don't drag those things for a long time because they're really going to start accumulate and it's not going to be good. So overall, great platform, for making money with a lot of different coins. Even Bitcoin, they're paying you 6%. Good luck trying to find 6% right now on Bitcoin anywhere. It's difficult. So, but be careful with those percentages. Like I said, most of the time, if you start and you're silver, you're more going to be like along the lines of, let's say, 4% rather than 6. 6 is more for the platinum level. Now you can do, like I was saying, some fixed time, contract where it's locked in for a certain period of time And then in that case, you're gonna get you're gonna be able to make a little bit more. It's gonna be some bonuses, and they can do 1 month, which is usually 1%, or they can do 6 months, which usually adds about 5%. So
Gotcha.
it's your choice, but great platform otherwise, and fairly easy to use. Great app on the phone. I actually never really use the computer. I always use the phone app.
Okay.
And like I said, remember, Nexo, it's all about flexibility. Flexibility on borrowing and reimbursing the loan. And then whenever you stake, it's very flexible. And as far as withdrawals are concerned, very easy. I've done withdrawals with them many, many times, sometimes large amounts, and it's usually done in short order. So no problem there either. That's it for me. Colton, any questions?
No, sir. You answered them throughout the video, so I appreciate it.
Perfect. Well, we hope the video helps, and we look forward to see you on the next video of Kryptonite. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.